It was supposed to be a slam dunk case. Cameras captured this man, Jesse Rommel Henry, brandishing a shotgun and shooting dead his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. But there was just one snag. Jesse controls the cameras.
Jesse, you're walking around with the shotgun beforehand.
Says who?
Says the video cameras.
No camera. There was no video
Jesse,
of that. There's no video of that.
Jesse,
I control the videos.
You don't.
I make those cameras work and not work.
Jesse, stop.
Jesse literally does control the cameras. He's the security guard. That's the truth. And what's more important than the truth?
Care.
Jesse, I care about the truth.
I know that's all you care about. But sometimes the truth is not greater than the consequences of what the truth brings.
Let's watch.
My name's Detective Buchanan. This is my partner, Detective Heilman. You gave me a call at one point. We had a brief phone conversation. I'm the person you called. Just gonna kind of have a chat and see if we can help each other out and understand what's going on. Okay? Do you want to remove that so I can we can have a straightforward conversation about you've been kind of on the run for a while, looking over your shoulder? That can't be easy. Can't be easy on your girl either, and kids and everything else. So before we kind of get going, just want to get a little information for you, make sure I have everything right. Give me your last name.
Henry.
And spelling of your first name.
Jesse.
And your middle name.
Romelle.
Okay. Your date of birth.
12/12/91.
And you're residing over at the Pacific Lodge.
Yes.
Number 13.
Yes.
What about a phone number for you?
I don't have one right now.
Okay. Are you working right now, or were you?
Up until I started reading.
And girlfriend, what's her last name?
Wife, Lugo.
And first name?
Tonya. Tonia.
And don't get this wrong, or her date of birth?
08/23/98.
That's pretty quick, impressive. She working right now? She was residing at the Calico Cat too, or the Pacific Lodge? Sorry. Too long a history. I'm sure you grew up in Tacoma. You probably call it the Calico Cat too.
Yeah.
When did they even change the name?
To be honest, I don't even know.
How long you guys been living there?
February 2nd of last year.
And you live there with your girls?
Mm-hmm.
How old are they?
6 and 7.
What are their names?
Savannah and Sophia.
What grades are they in?
First in kindergarten.
And have they lived with you that entire time?
More than they haven't, yeah.
Do you have joint custody, or is it?
I don't know what it is right now, but I've had full custody up until maybe 2 years ago, and then me and my wife went to jail because we got into it with my brother and his girlfriend, and so I kind of made her step up to the plate and take them. So, and then they started living with me full time again probably a month or two ago.
I got you. So it sounds like you're trying to do the right thing.
Not trying, I am doing the right thing.
Well, Jesse, I don't want to beat around the bush, and we both know why we're here. And because we're in a police station, everything that happened, we got to advise your rights, so my partner's going to read your rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Any statement that you do make may be used as evidence against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to an attorney of your choice and to have your attorney present for and during questioning and the making of any statement. If you cannot afford an attorney, you are entitled to have one appointed for you without cost to you and to have the attorney present at any time during any questioning and making of any statement. You may stop answering questions or ask for an attorney at any time during any questioning and the making of any statement. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
I do.
Having been made fully aware of these rights, do you voluntarily wish to answer questions now?
Yes. I have a question then. Why haven't I been charged with anything yet?
We need to talk about things and understand things, so that's why we're here. And this is kind of your opportunity to explain what happened. We've heard some stories and stuff. We want to hear your point of view. So, I'm not going to sit here and ask questions too much. I'm going to kind of let you tell me what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. I'm not the cause of Brian's death. Brian was one of my first friends ever, since probably about 8 or 9. I don't remember too much back then, but that fool was always my best friend. Like, even like growing up, didn't matter whether we lived close to each other or not, you know. I mean, we dated each other's baby's moms. I mean, kind of done everything. But like growing up, I kind of went like on my own path, and he did too, you know. But I mean, I guess we kind of always stayed in touch. But like, I remember I got out of jail. I mean, we didn't really talk. Like the more I got older, the less we stopped. So the less we talked, you know. But just because, I mean, we were living our own lives. But I did 9 months at Yakima County Jail. Let's see, was it maybe 5 years ago? And it had been a while since we talked, but I was living at my grandma's house with my wife and my kids, and he just randomly started coming over again, and like we started kicking it together a lot. And so like we kind of got closer then, but and I don't remember when this particular event happened. I don't remember the date, but I mean, I've had a lot on my plate. It's just a lot. But one day, no. Okay, yeah, I gotta start beginning. Okay, so one day, me, my wife, my daughters were asleep. My older brother Arnell was in his room. My little brother was down in his room with his girl, and our roommate, my little brother's ex-roommate from Job Corps, was on the living room couch asleep. And Brian came over with his little brother and their friend Dylan and Dylan's girlfriend, all in one car. And like they were yelling and fighting out there. They were clearly drunk. And my older brother looks out his room window from up top and was like, "Go out there and handle that. Like they're being hella loud and shit." And I was like, I don't want to deal with it. So I let them do the thing. I just didn't even want to. But like, it looked like they were trying to like jump Dylan almost. And I looked closer and Brashawn had a machete. And so I went out there and I was just kind of trying to simmer the situation down, you know, like just give me a knife if you guys want to fight. I mean, it's whatever, you know. But I mean, what's the knife for? But they were all just hella drunk. Anyways, he puts the knife down, and me and my little brother, like Dylan, the native fool that Brian's little brother Brashawn was fighting with, he gives freely, you know, and me and my little brother kind of took advantage of that, and we're gonna like take, because we had heard he just got paid, and we're gonna go kick it with him. You know, he likes to spend money. So me, my little brother Isaiah, and Dylan started walking up the street. I think I needed some oil for my car. We're going to 7-Eleven, and all of a sudden, like we're probably like 4 blocks away, I could swear I hear my name being called, and so I stop, and I hear it again, and I look around, and I can hear my older brother running and screaming my name, and so I start sprinting towards him because I already know, you know what I'm saying, something's not right. And so he tells me that Brian and Brashawn tried to put him in the trunk, and they were still there and shit, and they had knives, and Brashawn had a pistol. Said they were beefing over some backpack that was missing, some bullshit. And so me and my little brother start sprinting towards the house, and I go into the alley across the house, and I grab a 2x4 with nails in it, and my little brother grabs a rock. I would have killed him that night if the police weren't there, but it never came to that because the police were there when we got there. Files were reported. Reports were filed. They didn't have them yet, they didn't catch them, but maybe 20 minutes later they found them. They found the knife. I don't know what happened to the pistol, whatever. My wife is terrified. My kids are terrified. They fucking put a knife to my wife's throat in front of my daughter Savannah. They fucking jumped my older brother in his room before they drug him down the stairs and tried to put him in the car. They were fucking playing with Levon while he was laying down on the couch acting like they were gonna poke him. And so I begged them not to charge them with anything. Because I didn't think that jail was enough. But I kind of, for me, forgot about it because nobody really got hurt. And my family was okay. My kids forgot about it. And so I just kind of, fuck it, it is what it is, you know?
How long ago was that?
Just a lot has happened the past few years. But, okay, so it was probably about 4 years ago, because it was right before me and my wife moved out of my grandpa's house. So it was about 4 years ago. I think his little brother got probation, and he maybe went to prison for a little bit. I'm not sure. But, yeah, my mom spoke in court saying that we all wanted restraining orders. The judge looked at her and asked, "Who the fuck are you?" Not the fuck, but I mean, who are you? Were you the victim? Didn't know. So I heard he's getting out, and I decided, you know what? Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna not fuck with him. I don't know him no more. And so, I mean, we can take on with our lives. So, come, I don't remember, but this year sometime, my baby's mom, and I kind of knew already that they were messing around a little bit, but he was in jail and she was out, so I wasn't worried about it, you know, because he's not a threat. But she had told me, you know, like, I'm gonna be with this fool, and I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea. Like, and I told her what happened. Because what happened at my grandma's house, I had full custody of my kids. I wasn't letting my baby's mom see them at the time because she had a massive drug problem, and her judgment was just really bad. And she was in and out of their life constantly. I didn't want that affecting them, and so I made her stay away from them. So she wasn't informed about what Brian did when they were there. So when I did tell her what happened, she didn't believe me. When my daughter Savannah told her what happened, she didn't believe her. And so, like, I told her, like, well, I'm like, if you have that floor of my kids, I'm gonna snatch my kids up from you. But eventually, like, my little brother told me, he was like, you know what? Just let it go. Nobody got hurt. He don't even remember what happened. He's not the same guy. Just let it go. And I had talked to him a couple times before he got out, you know, just try to figure out why, you know. Like, you're supposed to be my best friend. I've known you all my life. Like, why would you just do that? What was going through your mind to make you do that? But he just always said he didn't remember. And so, like, I decided to just let it go as long as he just didn't drink no more, because I know that it had something to do with it. And I know how he gets when he drinks. But my little brother finally convinced me to just give him a pass and just see how things go. And so I didn't want to, and it went from me being very against it to, well, I just don't want him around my kids, to, well, keep him in line, you know what I'm saying? And the first time he fucks up, he's out of there. To me, being cool with this fool again, forgiving him, letting him come over, you know, like, things were back to the way they were. And we did have a good relationship. Recently, I mean, he was with my baby's mom. He was doing what he needed to do by my daughters, you know, being a man, you know. And so I respected that, and I enjoyed it. And my daughters liked him, and that made me happy. And so me and my baby's mom have a regular schedule as far as my kids go. They go to school every day, and I get them on the weekends and any other days they don't have school, until they started living with me. And we're still figuring everything out after that point. But so I would see him regularly, and we chop it up. You know, we're all cool co-parents, me and my wife and them too. You know, I mean, it was almost fun, but he would come over every single time they would fight. He would get drunk, and I don't know why, but he would want to vent to me about it. You know, I would tell my baby's mom, don't drink, otherwise you're gonna make him drink. And he beat her ass, I guess. Like one night, she blew my phone up, but I didn't answer for like 3 hours, and eventually I called her back and she was fucking crying, saying that he smashed everything in her room, her TV, everything was ripped to shreds, my daughter's room. So I went over there, and her room was fucked off, and
How long ago was that?
I don't know, you'd have to ask her to look at her phone. I'm sure she still has the messages and the calls, but like I said, I got too much going on, so I don't exactly remember, but it was roughly 2 months ago, or probably more than that now, probably 3. Like my daughter had a Nintendo Switch that was all busted up, pillows slashed, toy box broken, but he wasn't there when I got there, and so I had a rifle BB gun that I let her hold, and I left. But I tried as much as I could to stay out of their problems, because at the end of the day, I know that she's still going to be with him, and why I'm not going to strain me and Brian's relationship over her. And so, anyways, so today April 8th came about, and fucking me and my girl had just got back. In fact, me and my girl and my kids had just got back from Walmart. And me and my girl was kind of arguing a little bit, and so I was tired. And so I laid down in bed just to relax. My kids were in the room watching TV. I think my wife was folding laundry. And 5 minutes later, there's a knock at the door. And so my wife looks at the peephole and she mouths to me, Brian. And so I'm like, fuck. Because all he does is come over and vent to me about her. I was with her for 6 years. I already know about her. Why the fuck do I care? But out of pity for him, and because I feel bad, because I know what he's going through, I listened to him. But she didn't want to open the door, but I was like, fuck it, man. Just let him in. Maybe he'll vent for a little bit and he'll leave. But he came in and he was venting and shit, and he made me call her. The first thing he said when he came in, fucking, hey, call Tara and tell her to give me my car. Because I guess the fucking red car is his or some shit. And so I didn't even say that. I just hopped on the phone and called her. No answer. And tried to call her again to make him feel secure. No answer. And fucking, I don't know why he must think that me and her still got something going on. I've been with my wife for 5 years. Fucking, I don't know why he thinks that, but I like feel frustration coming from him towards me when I can't like help or convince her to do something for him or for the relationship. But so I kind of like, when he gets like that, I kind of like just either steer him towards a new subject or just find a reason to leave or get him to leave. And eventually he does, you know, but like, we were just talking about it, and like, I wasn't really showing any interest because I was tired and I wanted to sleep. And so like, maybe he felt brushed off. Anyway, he was like, well, I'm just about to leave then. And then he walks out, and 2 minutes later, walks back in, and was like, tell her if she don't give me my car, I'm gonna quit my job. Because he was always threatening, because her getting the kids back was based on her having a stable home for them. And she had no income, no employment, nothing, and he did. So she was kind of dependent on him to attain that for her. And so he always threatened to quit his job. But like when he came back in, you know, and said that shit, I got back in bed and just like, I didn't even say shit. I just closed my eyes and turned over. And he kept going, and I was like, you know, this time, like, I was like, you know what, Brian, I don't care. I really don't care. I was with her for 6 years. I don't give a fuck. And he didn't like that. Maybe he took it the wrong way. Like, when that fool gets drunk, like, you gotta be careful what you say, because he likes to take shit the wrong way. And immediately he wants to fight. That's how he is, always has been. That's kind of why I fucked with him the way I did. We was both like that. But, like, he took it the wrong way and was like, well, I don't care either. What's up then? And I mean, I already know what that means. Well, he wants to get him out. It's whatever.
He wants to what?
He wants to fight. What's up then? That's, I mean, that's, you know, maybe it's a defense mechanism, I don't know. But that means he wants to fight. And I told him, like, look, man, I'm yelling at him. I told him, look, bro, we're not about to have a repeat of my grandma's house. That's not about to go down here. It's not even an option. And fucking, I remember I called him a bitch ass nigga because I was just mad that he would feel he would have the nerve or feel comfortable even to approach me like that, knowing what he did at my grandma's house, knowing that my kids were 10 feet away from me in the other room. Like, you're gonna disrespect me and my children like that by speaking to me in front of my kids like that. And so he's like, I'm not no bitch ass nigga, and started backing out of the door, calling me out there to go get him up with him. But instead, I approached him and I tried to slam the door closed. But he kind of beat me a little bit, and we were struggling for the door. And he was trying to get in, and I was trying to get him out. But I knew that I wasn't, I mean, he's bigger than me, you know? I wasn't going to be able to keep that door closed. And so he was kind of getting it open, and so I used his momentum against him and let it come open, and I socked him in his cheek. And he dropped right there and started snoring. Immediately, I get my kids the fuck out of there. Joyce, which was, I don't know what she is now there, but she was housekeeping when I was there, but she happened to be outside towards the back area when I opened the door. And so, well, not, he kind of knocked out, literally probably about halfway inside, halfway out. Head in, feet out. And so immediately I tell my girls, get your shoes and coats on, we're leaving. We have to go now. Because I didn't know what he was gonna wake up, and I didn't know what he would have tried when he woke up. And so I had to get my kids out of there. And so I looked outside to see if anybody seen anything or anything. And I told Joyce, call the paramedics and call the police. This bitch ass nigga, feel me? I just knocked this bitch ass nigga out. And fucking, she runs upstairs and she was like, oh, he was in your motel room? Yep, I'll call him right now. Mike, I tell Mike, call the police. Make sure she calls the police, get him out of here. I don't know what he's gonna do when he wakes up. Cause she was trying to kind of wake him up there. I was like, no, don't wake him up yet. Let us get out of here first. So, like, we're leaving, you feel me? Like, my kids had to walk over this man, and cause I thought he was dead. Like he just, I don't know, but I had to get my kids out of there. And so I called my little brother Isaiah, and I'm like, no. I tried to call Tara, no answer. And so I called Isaiah and was like, bro, I need to bring the girls over there for a little bit. It's not safe right now. And I was like, I just had to drop this fool all up in my room because he was trying to get aggressive with me. And I was like, where the fuck is Tara? Tell her to get her nigga out of my room, dude. Get them to fuck off the property. Like, I told her this was gonna happen. And the first thing I can hear her, I don't know, like, whether she was there or on the other line or whatever, but all she says was, not my problem, not my problem. And that shit got me so fucking mad, because, like, I told you from the get, this fool is a threat. And you chose to go against my judgment, and now it's my problem. And so I clicked on her and went to my little brother's house, and I dropped the girls off. Because I figured he was going to come back with his little brother, and I know his little brother got guns. And I'm by myself with my wife there pretty much. So I go back to the room. No. I'm texting a whole bunch of bullshit to Tara, threatening her with the kids and all types of shit, because she's not trying to hold herself accountable for being the cause of this situation, or she's not trying to remedy the situation, even though she could have prevented everything from happening from the get. And so I tell her, you know what, get the police and go over there and make sure that fool is gone. For me, you gotta handle this. You brought him into the circle, you need to make sure he leaves. And so she was like, I don't want to, I'm scared. I don't want to go by myself. And so I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Meet me across the street, I'll go with you. And so me and my wife we pull back up to the motel, and Tara's across the street, and we all pull in. But I pull in next. I don't pull into the hotel. I pull into the driveway that's next to the hotel that goes into the apartments that are, if we're looking at the hotel, they're to the left and farther back, in between or behind the 76 station. I parked my car right there, right by the street, facing outward, so that just in case the fool tries anything, I can smash up out of there. And so I go there, and immediately I'm yelling at Joyce and Blaine, like, why is he still here? I thought you guys called the police. Why is he still here? I'm telling him, like, you don't know this fool. Like, this fool is not your friend. He is dangerous to you. Because me and Brian, when we were kids, man, we used to terrorize Tacoma. I'm not proud of it, but it's a fact, you know. I can't hide from that. And so I know how he is. But I kept telling him, like, you gotta get him out of here. Like, call the police. I told Tara, call the police. Go there with the police. But I don't see no police. Because I had left my phone in my room. I didn't even think to grab it. But I'm telling everybody, call the fucking police. But the whole time, no police. Brian is still here. You guys are patching this nigga's cheek up like he lives here and he's her friend or something. And so, I guess the paramedics came or something like that, but no fucking cops. Just like they didn't give my fucking mom a restraining order when she asked for one. Just like Brashawn got no time at all for invading my grandmother's home while my kids were there and terrorizing the people in there, traumatizing them. To the point where my daughter don't even remember it because her subconscious blocked her from me remembering it to protect herself. But it was given a pass pretty much, I guess. I don't know why. But, so, anyways, fucking, Tara, I tell her, get this fool out of here, man. And so him and her are arguing over the red car because it was in his name, and the PT Cruiser she bought from his mom. And so Tara hops in her car, or no. He makes her get into the PT Cruiser, and he hops in the red car. And she peels off, and he chases her. And so, like, I completely, you know, out of sight, out of mind, I go on with my day, pretty much. I start to, at least. And, and so, like, I'm talking to Joyce and Blaine, like, asking them, like, what are you guys doing? Like, why would you still have him here? You know, like, there could have, like, anything could have happened. And, well, she's like, well, I don't want him to go out there drunk and hurt somebody or anything like that. And I'm like, well, like, did you not consider what would have happened if maybe he would have felt some type of way about me hitting him and decided to do something about it here? Like, I'd rather have him out there potentially at risk of hurting somebody drunk driving than have the intention of hurting somebody here, particularly me or my wife. And so, that's why they didn't call, I guess. But eventually my baby's mom calls me, and she was sitting at the police precinct at Wapato Hills because this fool Brian was chasing her all over the place, like driving hella crazy, about to hit her and shit. And he's driving back and forth past the police precinct waiting for her to come out. And so I tell her, go in there and fucking get the fucking police and tell them. And she's like, no, because he just leaves. And so fucking, I'm like, well, fuck, dude. Like, if you lose him, I'll come get you. So I start driving over there, like, she's crying at this point, scared. And because I guess she never seen him like he was. I don't blame him, you know. she's hard to deal with. But so me and my woman load up in the car, and like we're creeping over there, you know, just to see if we see him or if he sees us. And I see her posted at the fucking precinct, and I can also see him cruising around, you know. So I'm like, look, just leave there. I'm gonna follow you guys. Drop your car off at your mom's, and we'll go to my room. But she was wanting to go to Isaiah's, but I didn't want her there because that's where all the girls were, and I didn't want her to leave him over there where my kids were at. And so fucking she pulls out her precinct and is trying to lose him, but she can't. Like, this fool's like risking it all trying to chase her, like risking his and everybody else's life. I'm talking, man, it must have been like a movie the way he was driving, but I was kind of following him, but keeping back a little bit because I'm not trying to stay below the radar when it comes to the authorities. But eventually, how did we lose him? There was a cop driving by or some shit, and he got scared or whatnot. I don't know. But she ended up able to get away from him, and she called me and said, I'm at my mom's. Because like I said, I wasn't about to keep up with them. I'm not going to go to jail. I'm trying to keep up with them, and so, because I mean, I probably was in a stolen car, yeah. And so, I meet her at her mom's, and I'm like, how the fuck did you lose him? And she told me and whatnot. And I'm like, well, you can come spend the night at my house because I don't want him going over there to where the girls are. And so we get back to the room, and I told my boy, Trey, if this fool comes in here, me and it's on site, like, he's a threat. And if he comes in here, his intentions aren't good. They're going to be real bad because of what happened. And so, yeah, he told me, you know, it's a green light thing. And shit. And I started turning all the lights off, like closing and locking the doors and whatnot, and just, I put the police scanner on. And I just, like, pretty much call all the people I mess with at the motel and tell them, like, keep your eyes out, because the school's probably gonna come back. I call my little brother, tell him to be on standby. And pretty much, yeah, fucking, and then I look out the fucking window, and he's parked right there. So, you mind if I use a piece of paper and a pen? So, if So, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Pacific Lodge, but when you go into the driveway off of Pacific Avenue, 76, obviously, apartments in the back of 76. You have the back motel where my room was, and where my other room was. And then you have this fence line right here or whatnot. And there's a camera right here that points right here. And he was parked right here. I look out the window and I see the headlights, and he was parked like he was blocking the driveway. And he was just sitting in his car. And so, me, under the assumption that he was gonna come back with either his brother or whoever else, I'm thinking that he is waiting on somebody. He's trying to stop us from leaving, and he's waiting on somebody to show up. And so, I tell my wife and my baby's mom, let's go to the office, because I figured maybe we'll be safe in there. So we go down the stairs and shit, and this fool gets out of his car, and my baby's mom's like, she's damn near already to the office and shit, and me and my girl walking behind him, and this fool like starts briskly walking towards us and shit with his hands in his pockets. And I mean, I'm from the streets. That's questionable to my eyes. Like, I need to know your intentions, and if I don't, then that's an issue for me. And so, like, I tell him, like, Brian, I don't want to hurt you, bro, but I will. And I don't give a fuck. And so that's when I grabbed the back of my girl's shirt, and I start smashing her forward. And that's when I heard the shots ring out. There was 3 of them. Boom, boom, and then boom. And then I went back, and all I heard was, oof. He was making this sound like I don't know, it was like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but
Did he make any movements towards you?
after,
No, before you shot him.
I didn't shoot him.
Jesse,
I didn't shoot him. I don't have guns. I don't have no straps.
Jesse, let's not go down that route. You go down that route and start lying. That's not a good route to go down.
This isn't a good route to go down.
Jesse, stop. Going down that route and saying that there's a gunman in the grassy knoll isn't a good thing for you.
You gotta realize what you're asking me.
Jesse, there's cameras everywhere.
No, there's not.
There's people everywhere.
I control the cameras.
Jesse, your
Look.
neighbor downstairs has a camera.
My neighbor downstairs, only one neighbor downstairs has a camera. That's Charlie, and
Jesse.
it points at her van. Look, you're trying to.
Jesse.
I don't know whether you're trying to intimidate me or.
Don't go down that
like,
route of lying about things, because that's not a good
Look,
thing.
I'm talking to you guys without a lawyer present, all of that.
Jesse, you're walking around with the shotgun beforehand.
Says who?
Says the video cameras.
No
everywhere.
camera. There was no video
Jesse,
of that. There's no video of that.
Jesse,
I control the videos.
You don't.
I make those cameras work and not work.
Jesse, stop. I gave you a chance to talk, and I'm looking out, and you're going to sit here and lie to me.
You just want to fill in the blanks.
No, I want the truth.
You don't care what happens to me.
Jesse, I want the truth. The important thing is the truth. And if you're going to sit here and bold-faced lie to us, I'm not going to sit here and give you a chance. Jesse,
listen,
Jesse,
I hear you.
I'm not lying to you.
I hear you.
Give me a chance.
Okay.
I gave you a chance. You're sitting here lying to me, and I know you are. I'm not going to lie to you. There's video of you walking around with a shotgun.
But why wouldn't you lie to me?
Jesse, You're walking around with the shotgun. It's all over the video. You know where the cameras are.
You're asking me.
You know you're walking around with it. You know you put it in Mike's car at one point. You know you put it in the Honda before and after.
What was your name? Detective what?
Buchanan.
Look, Buchanan.
And I'm telling you, it's all on video.
I hear you.
And I'm telling you, you can see him pull in. You can see him pull up.
I hear you.
But don't go down this road.
You're asking me to put my life in your guys'
Jesse.
hands. You said give me a chance.
Jesse, I want you to tell me the truth. I don't want you to come up with some fabricated lie. You're digging yourself in a bigger hole.
Look, dude, my kids mean everything to me.
And Jesse, you sit here and lie. And I'm giving you the chance.
But you're asking me to put my life in your guys' hands.
We already know the answers to it, Jesse.
You're gonna fucking fry my ass, dude.
Jesse, the majority of it's on video.
If that was the case, then why is the
Jesse,
police reports?
Why wouldn't you want to sit here and give a better story than lie?
Why would I want to sit here and give a better story? Possibly because my life hangs in the difference.
And I think your life works better with the truth.
How is that? How is that?
We all, Jesse.
Why would I look?
I'm not.
Understand where I'm coming from, please.
I understand, but think about it. We're not stupid. Nobody's stupid.
I know you guys aren't stupid.
There's witnesses. There's plenty of people there.
For one, I know there was no witnesses, but look, that's neither here nor there.
Jesse,
what you're asking me,
I want you to think about things.
I am.
What were you doing beforehand? You're walking around with a shotgun. I even described it for you.
You didn't, but look.
And where you put it
just give me
beforehand.
Just give me a second. You're asking me.
You said he was walking towards you with his hands in his pockets.
Look, you're asking me to say something that can potentially take me away from my family, my wife, my kids for the rest of my life.
Jesse, I'm giving you a chance. This is your chance to tell the truth. And ultimately, that's all I want is the truth.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not trying to fabricate anything.
You just
Jesse,
my point. That's all you want is the truth. You don't care about what.
And I'm stopping you from telling a bold-faced lie, which looks a whole lot worse. Jesse, you can see he's walking towards you. What's he saying when he's walking towards you? Does he say anything to you?
I'll tell you guys everything that happened. Fuck, dude, but I need to, like...
Jesse, does he say anything as he's walking?
If you keep interrupting me, then I'll just clam up and pay for a lawyer. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. But this, like, you guys are asking me to walk into the lion's den with fucking meat fucking hanging all over my body.
Jesse, we know most of the answers, and I'm trying to give you a chance. He's walking towards you, and you can see that.
This is crazy.
Jesse,
look,
what's he saying?
Give me some time, because it's not just gonna happen like that, dude.
What's he saying, though?
What's he saying? He didn't say nothing when he... Initially, Brian didn't say anything when he got out of the car. He was just walking with intent. He didn't say anything.
And is he walking fast towards you?
At a moderate speed.
And what's he doing?
He's got his hands in his pockets. That's it.
Does he say anything as he's coming up to you?
No.
Is he making any motion?
He just looked like he was determined.
Were you scared?
I was.
And he was coming for you, or was he coming for Tara?
I figured he was coming for me because of what I did to him earlier.
And what happened as he came up to you?
This is about to fucking... What I'm about to say is about to fucking... Like, you guys don't even care, dude.
Jesse, I care about the truth.
I know that's all you care about. But sometimes the truth is not greater than the consequences for what the truth brings.
For you, surprisingly, it is.
I don't see how that's true.
Because I want to think that you gave him 2 warning shots. That's what I think. And I think you were put in a shitty spot that no person should have to do. And I want to think you fired 2 warning shots as that he kept coming. And you were scared. Were the first 2 warning shots, Jesse? I want to think you're a good guy that fired 2 warning shots in the air. But he kept coming, and he kept coming towards you, and you were forced to have to react. Jesse, were the first 2 warnings?
I told myself I wasn't even going to come here and say nothing. That I was about to just lawyer up. Because maybe if I don't say anything, I'll have a fighting chance. But I'm about to sit here and say something that's probably going to fucking take away all the chance that I have.
Jesse, I'm not lying to you when I tell you the truth is better than the lie. One of the rare times it is. Because I think you fired 2 warning shots first.
Oh, dude.
Am I right?
By answering that, am I throwing away the fucking my future with my wife and my kids?
You have to think about you. But I want to think you're a good guy that was put in a bad situation and had to react. I want to think you're the guy that fired 2 warning shots, hopefully to stop him from coming towards you. I don't want to think you were a bad shot and missed on the first 2.
Fucking dude. I'll tell you guys, but even if I do get charged with murder, I am going to beat this case. Because I'm just not going for it. Yes, he kept coming towards me. And I told him, I said, Brian, I don't want to hurt you, but I will. He started approaching me. And so I pointed it to the left and I fired 1 shot. And I said it again, Brian, I don't want to hurt you, but I will. And he kept coming, no, he said, I don't give a fuck. And he kept coming. And so I fired to the left above his shoulder. And he kept coming. And so I lowered it when he was probably maybe from me to maybe 7 feet away.
So like the door?
Probably a little further. And then I shot him in his stomach. After that, I looked towards my baby's mom and my wife, and I told them, go, meet me in front of the office. And I went to Brian, and I grabbed him around his chest and shook him to see if he was okay. But he was just fucking moaning. And so I grabbed his phone to call 911 and fucking, but like he just stopped. And so fucking, I just got scared and I grabbed his phone and I hopped in my car and then I left. I went to the front of the office, I grabbed my wife, and went to my little brother's house, and I told Isaiah what happened, and I grabbed my girls. I told him, Daddy has to go. Daddy has to go. Because Brian did something, and Daddy was trying to protect everybody from it, but Daddy has to go now because they're not gonna like that. And so me and my wife, we hopped in the red Honda I had at the time, and fucking, I was so scared, and like I was in shock, I guess, and like it just didn't seem real to me. Like he was my friend, but freaking we left, and then we went to. I called. I want to say I called Blade and I told him like, yo, like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I wasn't out looking to do that. You know, like he forced me to. Fucking. And I told him like, why did you guys call the police when I asked you to? And I can remember I was yelling at Tara like, this is your fault. I told you like not to be with him. I told you he was a threat. I told you that this was gonna happen. And I was yelling at her because I told her to go over there with the police and get out of there, and she never did. And I was mad at her because she kept saying, oh, it's not my problem, not my problem. Now look, like now this is my problem. And so fucking me and my wife went to my brother's ex-girlfriend's mom's and parked in her back alley for like 2 hours. Well, I sat there frantic, fucking not knowing what I should do. And like scared because I had left. And so like 2 hours go by and I decided to just go upstairs and we go up there and fucking, are you guys gonna arrest any of the people that helped me?
I'm trying not to.
You're not gonna arrest my grandma?
Do you think she deserves to be? Have I gone over there and pounded on her door and been mean to her? Was I mean to you on the phone? Did I go pound on your mom's door? I've been pretty cool about things, and that could have been. And I tell you, I just want the truth. Okay.
Well, fucking. Melissa freaking. She was trying to help us figure out what to do, and let us stay there for a couple days, but I know that the longer that I stay away from the situation, the more committed I have to be to running. And like I was thinking about just calling and telling them what happened because I know that it's self-defense. But I just got so scared because at that point, like I'm sure you guys already know, I'm a sex offender. At that point, like there was already other charges compiling against me, and so whether I got charged with a murder or not, or beat the case or not, I would still be looking at other charges. The last time that I felt touched her, it was around 3 to 4 years that I was looking at, but I hired a lawyer and got it up to a year. So this time, naturally, it's going to be way higher than that. And I'm not trying to get out when my daughters are teenagers. They don't deserve that. And so I was just talking to my wife about it, and I was like, you know what, we're just going to leave the state. And maybe I can hopefully somehow get my kids down somewhere. And so my grandma arranged to meet with me because she figured that I was going to get booked eventually, and it'll be the last time she sees me before she dies. So and so I met up with her. We said our goodbyes and whatnot, and later on she calls me saying that she might have a plan for me. And so I agreed to go meet up with her. My sister and her boyfriend take me to meet up with her, and she tells me that I need to get on a train to California because that's where we were going to go, to Fresno, California, or Mexico. And so I kind of went along with it verbally, but in my head, I knew that I needed to get a car because I have the most control over my situation if I'm behind the wheel of a vehicle. But everybody else wanted to decide what the best help for me was instead of helping me get a car. And so we go down to Vancouver and get a room. She gives me $1,000, and I go to try to pay for my train tickets, but I don't have no ID. Hold on, I skipped a part. That night that I went to Melissa's house, when I ran from the scene, she made me ditch my car on Canyon Road or Waller. It was Waller Road. No, it wasn't actually. It was the hill that goes down from the back of the east side to Pioneer. But she made us break our phones. And so, anyways, but I go to the train station. They want ID to pay for the train. We don't have ID, so I asked this cab driver to get it. She gets it for us.
Sorry to interrupt you. What'd you do with the shotgun at this point?
I'll tell you, but I really don't want to get anybody else in trouble.
I'm not trying to hem people up. I'm, like I said.
Well, I gave it to my boy to destroy it. I don't know whether he did or not. The last I know of it is that he took it in his hands.
Who's that?
His name's Ralph.
Where's he live at?
He was living in Telecom, but those boarded out now, so I don't know.
What's his last name?
I don't know his last name. I've only known him for like maybe 2 years, but when I was dibbling and dabbling into methamphetamines, he would be the person I go to, so we kind of developed more of a friendship than a client by a relationship or whatever, whatnot. But I knew that he was familiar with that kind of territory, and so I called him and was like, yo, I need you to destroy this for me. And so I'm assuming maybe that's what he did, maybe not, I'm not sure.
What's his name on Facebook?
I don't think he has a Facebook. I don't have a Facebook, so I don't know. Well, I have him, but I'm never on Facebook.
How'd you get a hold of him then?
I called his phone number.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
What is it?
You understand that by giving you this information and he catches wind of it, that I'll wear a jacket in jail.
I'm just trying to get a piece of evidence back. I don't care about if somebody has something that they shouldn't, or if they're into selling meth. I don't really care. I care about this case. Does that make sense? I'm not the drug police. If he still has it, great. If he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Is it one of those situations where he was going to get rid of it, or did he give you something for it?
No, he didn't give me anything for it. I just wanted it away from me and not on the street. But
do you know the kind of load that was in it?
Yeah.
What kind?
20 gauge. I can't tell you what kind of shot it was or anything.
How'd you come across it?
got it from him. I had it for a while, but so he gets rid of it or takes it in his possession from me, and train fucking basically. I mean, me and my wife have been up and down from here to Vancouver, stranded at every fucking stop we were at, trying to fucking make it to here or there, fucking, and trying to make sense out of this whole thing and figure out what the best way to approach it, because I knew that eventually I was going to have to, but I just didn't know whether to try to fight it or to try to embrace it as what it is, which is self-defense, because I got a lot to lose, and there's so much against me. I've been fighting an uphill battle my whole life, just trying to be a good dad to my daughters. That's it. I don't go looking for trouble, but trouble always finds me. I wasn't looking for trouble that day with Brian. If anything, I feel bad for him for what he has to go through with that bitch, because I know. And I feel bad for him because maybe there was something else I could have done, but I just didn't know what else to do because he's unpredictable.
You made it all the way through Oregon without any issues?
No. Well, yeah, until I got to California. And then after that, we were stranded down there in Eureka for like 2 weeks. And then I finally found a way back up here. And so
You gave me a phone call when you were in Wairika.
yeah.
That was the day you got out of jail? Or was that down the road?
It might have been maybe 2 or 3 days after, if anything.
Where'd you guys go from there?
We went to Red Bluff. I had a friend out there. He came and got us and told us we can stay at his house for a couple of days until we figure out how to get to Sacramento, where she was going to have her mom's friend pick us up, and from there we're going to go to her uncle's and work at his store until we can figure shit out. But never got that far. I was just feeling really homesick, and I hadn't seen my daughters, and my baby's mom was talking about how, like, just saying dumb shit that insinuated that I wasn't going to be in my daughter's life anymore. And so I had to come back. And like my girl, like I just felt like she didn't deserve to have to go through all that behind fucking my judgment. And so I just decided to, like, let's just go back home, and whatever happens. If we get caught, we get caught. If not, not.
What'd you do with that Saturn that you were driving around?
Gave it to my sister.
Is it still out rolling around?
I believe so. She was supposed to. Me and my wife were stranded at Clover Park Thunderbolt College for like 5 hours yesterday. Or maybe it was the day before. No, it was yesterday. She was supposed to come pick me up, but I haven't heard anything from her. Her phone's going straight to voicemail.
So that's Sierra. Because it's linked up with you. I don't want to see anything happen to her because it's stolen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My sister knows what she's getting herself into. She always has.
She's not an angel.
She's the worst one.
I just want to go through things and make sure I have everything right. So if I'm asking a question, it's because I don't have not 100% on something. And if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me, okay? Because I don't want to put words in your mouth. So that night, you guys just got back from Walmart, and we're talking about the 8th. It was you, Tanya, and your 2 girls. You guys got back to your apartment there at the Pacific Lodge, and everything's cool. And you're just trying to relax, and Brian comes down. What time did you get there?
If I couldn't tell you exactly what time it was, but if I had to take a guess, I'd say it was probably around 4.
And how long did you guys hang out for?
He probably lasted maybe 15, 20 minutes.
And was he already drunk, you said?
Oh yeah, he was definitely lit.
What was his attitude? Excuse me, like?
When Brian gets drunk, he's really standoffish, and he's insecure in a way to where he'll misunderstand what you say in a negative way. Does that make sense?
So he's just trying to flip everything?
Not just trying to flip everything, but he always thinks that you're talking about him, or maybe fucking, he always thinks, I don't know, I can't really explain it. I don't know, but he gets real standoffish, aggressive, and just irrational. And so, I mean, that's why when he's drunk and he's talking about terror, I just try to, appease the situation so that way they can both get the fuck out of my hair and get on with their selves, so I don't have to deal with any of that shit. And so, yeah, that's what I did, but he didn't really like the results.
And for the first part, everything was cool?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And you said you guys kind of worked yourself into a relationship, or were you guys back to being close, or were you just...
I didn't trust him, because in my eyes, like, if I've known you that long, like, there's certain lines you don't cross, and once you cross those lines, I mean, you open the door for a whole lot of potentials and what is to flow through my mind, so, and naturally I don't trust people to begin with, and so, like, ever since that happened, ain't nothing really been the same, but for the sake of the whole co-parenting situation and what's best for my daughters at the time, I decided to maybe give it a shot and just see what happens, just go with the flow, and maybe things will be like they were, because Brian's not a bad dude, he's a good dude, he's just not a good dad to his own kids, and he is not really a good person when he drinks, but overall he's a good dude, and so I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and just try to forget the past. And so yeah, things were going pretty good. They dropped the girls off or pick them up, and it got to the point where like, we'd all be there outside just chopping it up for like an hour, and then they'd leave. Like, I paid for a couple of hotel rooms for them so that way they could have the girls overnight a few times. We were all Sophia's birthday was on April 14th. We were all gonna go get a breakfast in bed and fucking do something real dope for her. It would have been the first year that we all went to the same just one birthday party, because we were having separate. Me and mine would do something for Sophia, and then her and hers would. But we were getting ready to have just a big joint birthday party. Things were progressing in a way that was good, So yeah, I said me and Brian we're cool.
But then your guys' kind of conversation kind of takes a wrong turn.
I mean,
Did it?
I don't know where or why it took a wrong turn. I feel like Brian has always thought that Tara still has feelings for me or something. But I mean, we have kids together. I mean, there's always going to be a sort of foundation there. You know what I'm saying? But there's no intimacy or no sexual interactions or anything of that nature. I love my wife, and she's honestly a way better woman than Tara will ever be. But he was insecure and jealous for some reason, and like I can tell, like, dude, sometimes he'd make these little comments and shit, and at first I wouldn't, like, at first when he started doing it, I wouldn't catch him. But then I started catching on to like where he was getting at with them, and so like I started like kind of reassuring him. I started like really downplaying, not downplaying, but just let him know how our relationship was, like how bad it was and how manipulative she is, and like.
Sorry. Were you guys drinking together? Was he?
I don't drink.
Was he? Was he when he was out?
Oh, no, he wasn't drinking.
He was already that way.
Yeah. I don't like the taste of alcohol, so I prefer not to, but, and so, like, I try to reassure him in certain ways that, bro, she's all yours, you know, we're, I think, the past. That's just the mother of my kids now. Honestly, bro, I prefer she wasn't. But, like I think that when I said that I don't give a fuck, like maybe that hurt his feelings or something, or maybe maybe he thought I was talking about her, because I remember him saying, he said, well, what's up then? I don't give a fuck about you either then. And he was like, I love Tara. And just started rumbling off at the mouth, talking shit to me and shit, trying to be his usual big self on me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's when shit turned down, you know.
Did it become physical inside the apartment?
No, because I was still in my bed at that point. But I had let him know, I made sure to get the message across that if you think that you're gonna sit here and be allowed to act the way you were acting in my grandma's house here, you're sadly mistaken, dog, because it's not gonna happen. I made sure I got that message across to him. But maybe he didn't care. I think Brian has, he don't give a fuck about consequences to shit when he's drunk. He doesn't, I don't know whether maybe he doesn't think about them or not, but if he does, he certainly doesn't give a fuck. So he puts people in a position to have to play their hand. But yeah, I let him know, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think you're gonna try that here, bro, expect something different to happen. And like I said, that's when he started calling me outside. Let's get him out. Let's go. What's happening? And as soon as he like almost got to the threshold and started to cross over, I hurried up and went to go close my door so I can lock it. But maybe he heard me coming or something, because next thing I know, the door's coming back towards me. And I'm sitting there trying to lean and fight the door closed, but it wouldn't close. It just kept coming back towards me. So that's when I was like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna let it swing in, and I'm gonna drop his ass. That's what I did.
Did you punch him?
Yeah.
Or did you hit him with a shotgun?
No, I hit him with the shotgun.
Because it looks like there was an AD in there.
A what?
An accidental discharge where the shotgun was fired off.
That was, okay, so when I was at my house, I was cleaning the gun. And I had emptied out everything, but with that shotgun, I'm not too familiar with shotguns because I've never had a shotgun before. So when I looked at where you load all the rounds and I didn't see any, I thought it was empty. Not knowing that the chamber, it pushes it up into the chamber. I guess like a regular firearm. But so I didn't know that there was a round still chambered up top. I put my finger in there and everything. I mean, I didn't see nothing. I racked it open and I mean, nothing came out. So I didn't know there was a round chambered. I was actually on my floor, sitting on my ass when that happened. And it went off right there towards the dining room kitchen area.
How long ago was that?
That was the same day.
Like, how?
That was this morning.
That was the morning.
That morning. I have an obsession, not an obsession, but I like guns. I like going to the range, I go out to the forest, I like shooting guns. I know I'm not supposed to, but I like guns. They look cool. I mean, I don't know, I'm just a gun guy. All my friends are gun guys. But I know how to build them, I know how to take them apart. I mean, that's just that. But, so, I mean, I play with my guns. I like playing with my guns.
So it was an accident that it went off.
Yes.
That was earlier in that day.
Yeah.
So the door swings in and you punch him. Does he get a hold of you at all?
No, as soon as I punched him, he kind of collapsed right there.
Face down, face up?
No, and I always think about it too, like it's just weird how you end up, anyways, he was laying on his back, half in, half out. I remember what position he was in. I just know he was on his back, and I kept looking at him because, like, it's like his face had, like, turned purple almost. But I wanted to make sure he was still breathing. And so I got closer, and that's when he started snoring. And that's when I got told Joyce, call the police and the paramedics. And then went and got the girls.
Did you know you had the shotgun, or did that come out during the conversation?
Brian knows that that I've been known to carry firearms. Not necessarily carry, but I've showed him a few of the ones that I built. He knows that I recently had some. I don't know if he knew that I had that shotgun. He most certainly knew when he was walking towards me that I had it, but up until that point, I don't think he did know that I had that shotgun.
Do you know the make and model of it?
All I know it was a 20 gauge pistol grip pump action. I think it was Nighthawk or Black. To be honest, I really don't know. I can only show you what it looks like. I don't remember the exact brand. I don't think it was a Mossberg. It wasn't any of the major gun manufacturers.
And so you guys go, and you get in your car, and you go to your brother's at that point?
Yeah.
And you told, I think it was Joyce,
I told Joyce to get this motherfucker off of my fucking porch and call the paramedics, call the police. Because I was so for sure that since he was in my house and trying to get my door open, that they would take him to jail and that we'd be rid of the whole problem. Me, my baby's mom, just the whole...
Did you take your phone, or was that when it was left?
No, I had left it there. I didn't even think to grab it.
Did Tanya
first? No. To be honest with you, I don't remember whether it was mine or Tanya's there. But I know that I didn't have a phone when I told them to call, or I wasn't thinking to grab my phone. I was just so focused on girls' car as is. And that I was for sure that me being security and have been living there for the past year, that that they would know the severity of the situation. Because I don't call the police. I prefer to handle things myself. I don't think the police are necessary most of the time. But so if I'm sitting here telling you to call the police, then it's serious. So call the police. Nobody there has ever heard that come out of her mouth, not once, until that time. So she should have known how serious it was, especially since this man is laying right here and you're in his face going like this. You know, like, to call. Because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. He wasn't going to take that. He wasn't going to be okay with what I did to him. And so that's why I wanted the police involved, so that they can put him in jail enough for him to suffer at least, so he can come to his senses, or maybe not even remember what happened.
You guys ended up going to your brother's?
Yeah, we ended up going to my brother's and dropping the girls off, and I told Isaiah what happened.
Did Isaiah call the police at all?
Isaiah did not call the police, no.
And how long were you guys at Isaiah's for?
Long enough to me to explain to my daughters why we had to leave like that, why Brian was right there laying down on the floor, and why Daddy is leaving right now without you guys.
Then you guys go back and meet. Is that when you meet Tara? Sorry, I want to make sure.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, I called. Well, first, I hopped on my girl's phone and I called, and I'm like, because I remember I kept calling and checking in to see if he was still there, or see if they had made him leave yet. But the first time I called Joyce, he was still there. Second time I called Mike, because he was the acting general manager, and maybe he could make them fools, make him leave. So I told him, like, look, Mike, I'm coming back. You need to make sure he's gone. And Mike's just rambling about some bullshit, so I hang up on him. I call Blaine, and I start yelling at Blaine, like, why are you guys catering to this fool? Like, this is a hospital or something. Make that fucker leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this fool just tried to he tried to start some shit in my home. You feel me? Like, in front of my kids and shit. Like, I had to knock this fool out. So, like, why do you still have him there, knowing that I'm coming back? So, like, I remember telling him, like, you guys would rather pass this fool's cheek up and have me and prevent me from being able to come back home right now than just make this fool leave. And to be honest, I think they were scared of him. Yeah, we ended up going back over there, yeah.
And when you get back there, kind of looks like you guys kind of crossed paths at kind of one point.
We didn't cross paths. Like I said, I parked next to the back, with the side fence, but I walked up the sidewalk that parallels the front building, and he was over by the fence line, I believe, because that's where Tara had pulled in. After I knocked him out, they had moved his PT Cruiser all the way up to the front, and so he was parked right at the fence line, kind of towards the entrance, and she had pulled in when we went back, right in front of his car. And so they were right there arguing about who's going to take the car, while me and my wife were walking up the sidewalk towards the office to confront Joyce and Blaine.
Did Brian see you?
I don't think he did. I was kind of making sure that he didn't, because I figured maybe he would approach me, and I didn't want that. And so me and my wife went to the office and was asking them, like, why isn't he there? Get him out of here or call the police. And so,
did you guys go back to your room at that point, or?
Yeah, me and my wife went back to our room. I think we were gonna smoke or something like that, and then try to relax for a little bit without the girls, and then maybe go back to back for them just to see. I mean, after we see how things cool down, you know.
Did you guys leave
No, we didn't leave until I got the call from my baby's mom.
from Tara? On your phone or your girl's phone?
To be honest, I can't remember. It might have been my. Well, let me think. I can't remember. I can't remember.
And at that point, did you think everything's kind of cooled out before she called?
No, whether I thought it would be cool for that moment or maybe for that day, I knew that in the long run there was going to be some fallout because of that.
Did you not want to call then and report it?
Well, at that point, I figured that if they hadn't came yet, then they weren't going to come, and that I don't know why I forgot, have felony warrants, and that I didn't want to talk to them. I wanted them to come, and since there's cameras and witnesses, that'd be enough for him, or not just that, but him being inside my place of residence and my kids being there, and him not letting me have him exit out of my home would be enough without me to take him to jail for a little bit. And so I didn't want to have any contact with the police, just in case I was the one that was going to go to jail.
And then you got the phone call from Tara.
Yeah.
That he was acting up and chasing her. Do I have that right? And he kind of ended up over by the 3-sector substation. He was driving around, and eventually you guys end up picking Tara up at her mom's. Okay. What time do you think that was about?
I'd probably say between 7:30. I'd probably say about, honestly, yeah, about probably 7:30, 7:45-ish.
Okay. And you guys pick her up and go to Isaiah's house?
No, we pick her up because that's where I was gonna take her at first. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, well, you know what? Why don't we just have her spend the night at our house so that she's safe, and that way she's not bringing any potential harm towards my little brother's place. Because he had both my daughters were over there, and he had 3 of his daughters and his little newborn son over there, all the kids. And so I didn't want there to be any chance of Brian going over there.
Sorry, was Brian calling you guys?
Brian, I don't think he was. No, I don't believe so.
Did he call Tara at all?
Oh, he was blowing her phone up.
Did she talk to him?
I don't think she did. After she got in my car, I don't remember her calling or him calling her, or talking to them or to him. At that point, I had pretty much made it clear to her that he was off limits from now on. That since that had to happen and that it was not her problem and she made it my problem, that I was calling the shots now, and that she's not to see him no more.
So you weren't happy that you were put in that position by her?
I don't.
Okay.
I wasn't.
And how would she take that?
Like somebody who thought they were right and ended up wrong the whole time. One thing about Tara, she is very self-righteous. She thinks that the sun rises, sets on her, and that her shit don't stink, and that she's just the shit. But so it's rare to see her on the receiving end of any type of criticism or ridicule or lecture or anything like that, or to sit down and be told what to do. But I mean, what could she say? I have told her from day one that he is no longer, he's no longer someone to let your guard down around, because there's always going to be the fact that the person who I thought for me was my best friend, you know, completely turned against me and my family, in a hostile way, a traumatizing way, a potentially fatal way. I mean, like, I don't know what he would have done if he would have got my brother into that trunk.
So, did she ever speak to him?
I wasn't really paying too much attention to her. You mean after?
After you guys picked her up?
Okay. I didn't really give her a chance to in the car, because I was pretty much freaking breathing fire up her ass. But when we got to the house, I was just trying to prepare the place. Because like I said, I've been there a lot. Like, I know, like I'm security, you know, like I roam the grounds all the time, day or night. Like, I know everything about the place. I know.
Are you paid by him, or are you?
Well, okay, so I was supposed to be getting evicted, because I had some stolen cars that were discovered, but I wasn't there with them. So whether they could prove it was me or wanted to, I don't know. But the owner didn't like that. And so he kind of wanted me and my wife out. And so instead of doing that, Mike convinced him, well, why kick him out when we could use him? Because, I mean, like I said, I've been there for a while, so I mean, I kind of regulated everything and whatnot, just because my kids play outside there sometimes, and I needed to make sure that it was safe for them. And so I made sure it was safe for them. And so sometimes that didn't look good, you know, to the owner, because all he doesn't understand what's beneath the surface. All he knows is that Jesse whooped somebody's ass, or you know, Jesse this, Jesse that. But he doesn't know that I was scaring off a fucking pedophile from leading my kid away with food from the fucking food bank. He don't understand that. And so he thinks that I'm out fucking off instead of really doing what I'm supposed to do. And so, anyways, Mike told him, you know, instead of getting him out of there and this place going to shit, why don't we use him and hire him as security? And but I still owed like maybe $3,000 on my rent, and so he didn't. Part of the deal of me being security was I get free room, and I just work security every night. And so, and plus, I guess he was gonna put me through trade school or some shit. But so no, I wasn't getting paid. I had offered them the deal that they could, I'll work for free if I could just have the room.
So you kept the riffraff out, is what you're saying? Okay. And you guys end up going back to the apartment?
Yeah.
And you think you're kind of fortifying it, thinking Brian's coming?
Yeah, I was just warning people, because like I said, me, like, I'm an ex-gangbanger, you know. He used to,
Who he used to run with?
we're both from Hilltop Crib, but like, I haven't been about that life in so long. I mean, I don't think he was either, really. But I know how we used to operate, and so I know what Brian is capable of. And so I was just, for me, warning a few people who I associate myself with on a daily basis and tell them to keep their eyes and ears out, because when we were in 17, I had a clear view down the driveway from my room window. And from 13, I can't see down the driveway, so I won't be able to see him until he's already made it back here. And at that point, he's already past the last line of defense. And so I would have no way to prepare for him. And so I was just letting all my people know that if you see him right here, then let me know. And so I wouldn't say I was preparing the place for him. I was preparing the place for me to be able to get the people I need out of there before he was able to make it back here.
Does Brian carry guns lately?
The last time, fuck, he mentioned something to my wife about having a strap in his trunk, and my little brother has a strap that he told Brian that he was gonna do him where Brian came over, trying to do what he was trying to do, because him and my little brother got into it, and he threatened my little brother with guns. But I mean, I don't think Brian's never been a shooter like that, to be honest. But then again, neither have I, and I know what I can be capable of if put in that position. So why not he as well? Especially since he's unpredictable with the alcohol. I never expected him to do that in my grandma's house. Never in a million years. I would have left him with my kids by himself.
How long after getting back to the place until you see Brian?
30 minutes tops.
And you said he was sat in his car. Did he get out?
No, he was sitting diagonal like this, facing there's a big ass bush right here. He was facing the bush with his headlights on and sitting there in the vehicle right there, just waiting.
What point did he get out?
When he seen me walking with Tara and Tanya, damn, my drawing's fucked up.
It's actually not too bad.
So there's a back fence right here, and the gate opens, and my stairs come down right across from it. So when I seen him, I was gonna walk him out, and either come out the front side of the fence where the office is, and go down the walkway, or there's a back part that goes behind the building and all the way out to the front. Which I didn't think I was gonna have to do that. But I knew that either way I did it, I'd have to end up walking back because my car was parked in the farthest spot right here.
And did Tara and Tanya get through the fence?
Tara was ahead of us, probably maybe by 5 feet, because she was terrified. He was gonna fuck her ass up, and I don't agree with it, but I don't really blame him. But and my wife was right in front of me, and I had probably just stepped off the bottom stair when he got out of his car.
What was he doing when he got out of his car?
He just didn't look like he was there. He looks like he was far away.
What do you mean by far away? Distance, or
when I look in, I can look in your eyes and tell you're right here with me talking, but I could look in his eyes and I could see that wasn't Brian. He just...
Do you think he was still loopy from getting hit?
I'm not sure, because I don't know the extent of the damage I did to him.
Or do you think it was alcohol, or just... What do you think it was?
Well, because I can't really say anything for sure as a fact, because I didn't see him drink anything. And I didn't see what damage I did to him. I just seen him go down, or maybe I've seen it and I don't remember it, but I just know I've known Brian for over 20 years, and I'm very well familiar with him when he's drunk. So Brian's not really one to be a sloppy ass drunk. So I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I've never seen him get knocked out before, so I don't know what he's like when he gets back up. I don't know if he was loopy or anything like that. I know that he was coherent enough for the paramedics to let him do whatever the fuck he was gonna do after they stitched him up. But I mean, in my eyes, I figure enough time would have wore off. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I heard he had a hole in his cheek. I don't know how well he'd be drinking the hole in his cheek, so I figured he had enough time to sober up because he don't drink hard liquor, he drinks beer. So, I'm not sure. I don't know what it was. I just know that that wasn't the Brian that I know. And
Did he say anything?
not immediately, no, not until I gave him a verbal warning.
What'd you say to him?
I said, Brian, I don't want to hurt you, bro, but I will.
Then what happened?
And he kept coming, and so that's when I fired the first warning shot to his left.
Where do you think he was when you fired?
I gotta make a better match.
Here, do you want another piece?
Yeah. I don't know how accurate the measurements are going to be, but okay, so if this is the back fence line, and there's the back fence. I mean the front of the back building, little steps and whatnot. Steps that come down like this. From our drawer right here. And the fence goes that way, and then there's a bush right here. There's a bunch of big rocks along the fence line. And there's a gate right here that opens up, and the building goes back like that, and then there's the whole fence right here. But he was right here, and his car or not. I was probably like, he was probably maybe right here past the bush. No, he wasn't. He was probably 3 steps out of his car, parallel to the bush when I gave him the verbal warning. And that first shot, he was probably 4 feet closer.
So was it relatively quick out?
No, and that's what confuses me, because when I look at it in my mind, and I think about it every day, so I've looked at it a lot, but it doesn't seem like he's that far from me. But I know where that gate opens up at, where I was at, and I know where that corner of that driveway sits, however long that is. I know where it's at, but it didn't seem that far at that moment. But for how close it seemed, the shots weren't grouped together close enough for it to be a short distance in my mind. I don't know. I don't know how fast it all went down.
And you said you were shooting kind of to the left of him. Was it up or?
Okay, so I've been hearing around that people think that I shot him twice, but I shot to the left of him, but I was holding the gun like this, and so it probably went past him at his midsection. And then the second one, I raised it up and to the left. And I don't know, like, I seen, like, it looks like dust flew off his shoulder. So I don't know if I hit him or not. I didn't intend to. That was supposed to be a warning shot as well. But I wanted him to know that I was serious, that I had every intention to defend myself at all costs. And so, yeah. And after I fired the second warning shot, I said, Brian, you're my friend, but I said, don't make me hurt you. And that's when he like kind of postured forward a little bit and said, I don't give a fuck, which is his favorite thing to say when he's drunk. And so I waited a second, I let him get closer, and then I aimed at his stomach. I fired. The way I grew up, even though I wish right now I would have, it doesn't pop up as an option to me to run. It wasn't one of the cards that I was dealt that day. It just didn't occur to me mentally. Just run. Like, just run. Or maybe hit him with the gun. But I didn't want there to be a scuffle.
You knocked him out once. You didn't think you could do it again?
Well, the first time I did it, I was able to do that because, like, I pretty much used his momentum against him. I knew, like, one thing about me, I'm a way faster thinker than Brian. And so I figured, I'm just going to use his momentum against him and hit him as he comes barreling forward, and that's going to drop his ass right on the floor. But I know that on even ground, with an even chance, I think Brian can overpower me for sure. And like, I'm really not really into pistol whipping people, to be honest. It's for one, it's not safe. And I don't know, I'm just not, I don't know, it's just not my style. I don't really like fighting no more. I think that if you want me to fight, you gotta pay me. Cause I'm not trying to put myself out there like that for free. It's not worth it. I mean, it's beneath me kind of, because, I mean, for other reasons, but, like, I don't know. Brian's unpredictable, and after that night at my grandma's, I don't know what that fool's capable of or what he has in his mind. I learned that, so.
Did he want to go straight up with you, or did he not make that?
Earlier that day, he wanted to, but I don't know what he wanted to do right then and there. He gave me no indication. He didn't show me his hand. He forced my hand. He didn't let me know what his intentions were or what they weren't. I stated my intentions to him. If he didn't fall back off me, and my wife and my baby's mom gave him an option to preserve his well-being and leave. But I made it well known that if you put my well-being or the well-being of me and my loved ones, that you're putting yourself at risk. I gave time to back off. I didn't go out to chase him. I went to my own home. He followed me home twice. I even tried to leave again with my wife and my baby's mom. And he didn't let us just go. And so I did the only thing I knew to do at the time. Because whether I'm a better fighter than him or not, even if I whoop his ass and then get my girls to the front, I still have to go past him again to get to my car anyway. And so, I don't know.
How were you able to get past his car?
I want to say I ran through half the bushes.
No, I'm sorry. When you were leaving.
Because I gapped him with the bushes, really.
Because if I remember right in the video, and did you have to move it or something? Because it's parked back here.
You mean after I knocked him out?
No. When he came back the second time.
Are you sure? Because I remember it being parked, because when I seen him parked there, immediately it pops into my mind that he's blocking the driveway so I can't leave.
I'll have to look at it, but car is parked back here. It's not blocking here. Because otherwise, how would you get through it?
Right. Okay, well, maybe my judgment was clouded, but at the time that he was blocking the driveway.
And then on the video, it looks like the first shot's kind of when he's standing by the car. And kind of right as he's starting to move from what I can see. But I only could see part of it. And I'm not jazzing him.
No, I know. I wouldn't have, like, I would have gave him, I'm not, like, one thing about me is, like, on paper, I look like a horrible person, but my daughters are, like,
I'm having a straight up conversation with you, and it's we're having a decent conversation. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, I know, but I just want you to understand where I'm coming from as a man. Like, my daughters, they mean the world to me, and for them, there's nothing, or there's no, I would stop at nothing, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that I was there in their lives consistently until I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not, I do my hot shit, you know what I'm saying? I take cars every now and then, and, you know, do what I gotta do for money sometimes, but I'm a product of my environment. All my life it's been one step forward, two steps back. The majority of it is because of my own actions, but I still, to this day, pay the consequences for that, you know? And so I get it how I live it, but I don't do things that are unnecessary. I don't, especially to somebody I care for, you know. Brian's, he's a traitor, you know what I'm saying? But I still care for him, you know what I'm saying? I would have gave him way more mercy than that. I wouldn't have shot at him as soon as he got out of the car. I would have gave him a chance to leave, or to leave us alone.
And then, I'm not lying to you about there is camera over here. And you can see Brian walking towards you, and it looks like it's motion based, so it looks like probably on the second shot he's walking towards you, and it's looking like he's kind of right in this area. But
On the second shot?
Yeah.
I'd probably say about there.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was kind of spot on or not. But it also looks like his hands aren't in his pocket.
I don't remember whether they were or not, because I know that when he got out of his car and started approaching me, the hands were in the pockets. But I could have swore after I fired the second warning shot, he like had him balled up like this when he said, "I don't give a fuck."
So, is it kind of like grabbing his, like some people do
that, or like, I mean, I don't know what that means, but like I said, I don't remember. It all happened so fast, but so slow at the same time. I don't know. I try to remember every single day what happened, but
you're not 100% if his hand, what his hands were doing.
At the time when I know what his hands were doing up until I fired that second warning shot, because I wanted to look him in his eye so that he knew I was serious. I don't know whether he thought I was playing or whether I didn't have it in me or what, but I needed him to know that I meant every word I said. because that was his only way out, was to understand that I meant what I said and to take me seriously. I'm not gonna fight. I used to fight. I've been in so many goddamn fights. I'm a real good fighter, but I'm too grown for it. I don't have the time. My time is precious, valuable. I consider my time very valuable. I'm not gonna waste it squabbling with somebody.
You know, it looks like you're kind of right here when you're shooting. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm right in the entrance to the fence.
And you didn't want to close the gate, or is there no?
My wife was right behind me. I was more concerned with the immediate threat in front of me than to turn around and close the gate. I didn't want to take my eyes off.
Gotcha. How long after did you go see Ralph and take the shotgun?
It was at least 2 days.
If I show up there and I'm like I am, is he going to give it to me if it's there, or is he going to be kind of a dick?
Okay, so I don't know if this name is familiar to you or not, but he's had 2 people die in his apartment within the last year. Or no, not. One person got popped in his face in front of his apartment, not by him. And the second person got his head blown off with a shotgun in his bathtub while he was at the casino, not by him. So he's kind of leery of the police right now because they tried to get him, so he had to snitch on the person who it actually was. So he's kind of hiding right now from the law and from his own homies.
So he was working at one point?
No, I don't think he was working. He gambles and makes...
No, I mean snitching.
Oh. No, he didn't want to go down for something that he knew somebody else did, and he knew who it was, and so
I gotcha.
he did what he had to do to get out of that situation. And so I know that he stayed in the trailers that are in Woodbrook behind the Amazon warehouses, the green ones, but I drove past there the other day and they all looked boarded up. I haven't talked to him in probably about maybe a week ago. I asked him for a jump, I think. No, I asked him to send me $20 on Cash App because I needed some gas or something. But and I talked to him since, but I'm sure he rides with something in his car, and I don't think it is that. To be honest with you, he's a real put together person as far as if he said he was going to destroy it, he probably destroyed it. But I really couldn't give you an answer that you could take to the bank.
Fair enough. I appreciate your honesty. Do you need to use the restroom or any water? All right. Give me just a moment. I need to get some coffee in me. You're probably sick of hearing this robot voice.
It's very monotone.
Sure you don't want any water?
I really don't drink water.
Okay. Be right back.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going to happen here, but like if because my wife's, I don't know if you guys even talked to her yet, but we were talking about it, like, because I had two different theories or strategies coming in here. One was to tell the truth, and because the truth is textbook self-defense, or I was going to say nothing because some of the police reports said that people don't even know where the actual shooting even took place, which tells me that there's really not much information. But in light of me telling you guys what happened, I'm probably going to go to jail, and so before that happens, can I possibly say bye to my wife?
Good possibility.
Okay.
Give me a few minutes.
All right.
All right, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take you down, let you see Tanya for a second, like I told you we would, and get you on your way. you asked if you were charged, and I told you, remember on the phone, I told you there's a warrant for your arrest. So that's basically the same thing as being charged. Okay. So this nice gentleman's gonna,
On that for you.
Do you want him to sign right now?
The jail, that's fine.
Okay.
Check.
so since that's happening, we gotta put you in handcuffs, so follow this nice gentleman's directions, then we'll take you down there.
All right, sir. Would you mind standing for me? Around us, you're in with that. Yeah. Appreciate that, all right? I'll make sure these aren't too cold.
Can I talk to, so where does it, like, so I know murder one, you have to have intent to do what you did. Where does self-defense come in?
We can go down.
Jesse Ramo Henry was sentenced to 10 years in prison after pleading guilty to manslaughter.